Welcome back, everybody, to the third installment of a game like Spy Mouse, or what I'm now going to call Sly Mouse, until I come up with a better name. Since last video, development has been focused primarily on UI polish, multiplayer functionality, and our first enemy. So, very exciting stuff. Let's jump right in and go ahead and show off what I've got. So, if you go into Continue, here is our 1-2 as before. But now you can see we have a top bar, and it'll state the level name. This can always be changed later, but we have a pause button, a hint button, or a help button rather, which is fighting with the Roblox UI. Maybe that'll look different on different sized screens, but perhaps I can do something about that. But for the moment, you can see we have a cat. And this cat is our first generic enemy. You can see this is the path laid out that he follows. And before I go behind the scenes and show the struggles that went into creating an enemy and all the hiccups I encountered, we're going to show him fully fledged and fully functional. So to start off with, if you are in the cat's line of sight, a question mark will pop up and he will approach the mouse. And as he gets closer, it will turn into an exclamation point, and as he gets very close, he will lunge at the player. So we are going to start with the death. So if you are touched by the lunge or touch the cat at any point, you are enveloped in a cloud of dust and you die. And then the level restarts. So we're going to go over the different things that can happen with this enemy. For example, if you are spotted in the question mark phase and you go out of sight of the cat will approach the position where he last saw you and stop and get angry and return back to his original path. Now, if you provoke him to the point where he lunges and move out of the way in time, I plan to add a stun feature where if he hits the wall, he'll be locked in a stun animation and be immobile for a short period of time. So the goal of this level is to grab the cheese, evade the cat as he pursues you, which you can see if he's got you cornered in a hallway like that, it's pretty difficult to get by him. And it appears something broke significantly. Okay, well, we just are missing an exit door, and I can't path, so that's odd. Something we'll have to fix, certainly. Probably have to update Roblox Studio, because I did just have a data store issue earlier. I might include that in the video, I might not, where it just completely did not load my progress, and that was not at fault of my scripts at all, so I don't know, very odd stuff going on. But we can go ahead and grab the cheese. The cat is going to get mad because he couldn't find us, he'll get angry again, and blah blah blah, and we're in the door, and mission is accomplished. So I need to, I was playing around with some of the UI work on the outro GUI because, well, you'll see why in a second. But if we go to the level select hub, you will see that things are a little different. The top bar is here now without the pause button and hint button, obviously, and I cleaned up the play button a little bit. Got the caret to work, look kind of like a shadow, but not really, but it looks a lot cleaner than before. There was a mess before. So if you play, go into a level, and here we are. So let's introduce the pause button. So this right here is the replay the level. The home button will take you to the level select hub, and the next button now becomes the resume button. So you can just resume and clear. The hint, here we are. This is basically a placeholder right now for the image that I'll have. But the goal with this is to have a drop-down hint for the player to look at if they aren't sure what to do in the level. It'll say the level name, for instance, this is level 1-1, text that I put in, and there will be an image that I put in for each slide, and yada yada, right? So we can go ahead and beat this level, and move on to 1-2, and it will be a similar but different message. We click the hint on here, and there it is. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. So there are obviously still some hiccups. I wasn't able to do any other levels beyond the ones that we already have, because the enemy and all the UI work just took so much of my time up, and I was busy doing other things. So this is what we've got so far. I'm going to pivot real quick and show you the multiplayer capabilities, because that has been a big focal point of the work I've been doing as well. So we're actually going to quit out of Roblox Studio. Alright, here we are in the actual Roblox game. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue as I'm loading my second account on my mobile device into the game. And we are both going to load into 1-2 here. So your perspective now is on my computer, and here is my second account. Don't mind the name, of course. So the beauty of multiplayer and the beauty of doing this on Roblox is that Spy Mouse was originally a single-player game. And in this engine, we have the capability of multiplayer. So I'm currently moving my phone around, and what we can do here is, for instance, there's a lot of teamwork available. One player can distract an enemy in a level while the other escapes. One player can set off a trap, or whatever other features I decide to add. I think it'll spruce up the gameplay a lot more by introducing multiplayer mechanics. So as you can see, teamwork makes the dream work. We were able to beat the level and distract the cat. Mission accomplished. That's pretty much the multiplayer tech demo. I'll go ahead and stop this now. So now on to what's really important, the behind the scenes and how this all works. So this started from very rough beginnings. I'll flash some images now. We had the cat first spawn outside. He just didn't have a path at all, wasn't following any directions that the script was giving him, and decided to wander out of the bounds, and he was just walking all over the base plate. So I will go ahead and give you a look at what my cat model is like. This thing is very detailed, as you can see. I grabbed the head from the UGC marketplace because I thought it'd be hilarious, and I think it is, but you'd be none the wiser from the top-down camera. It's practically normal looking, I would say, but under the surface it is a magnificent creature that we've created here. And here's how it works. So within the level 1-2, for example, we now have a new enemies folder. You can see when highlighted, it selects the cat, and these parts are in the waypoints folder, labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how the script works is it creates a pathway linking 1, 2, 3, and 4 together, and loops the process over and over again. So the cat will spawn right here where his spawn point is, snap to waypoint 1, and travel down along the path consistently forever around that square loop that I've set up. And he will do that until interrupted by either spotting the player, or someone runs into him, or some other circumstance which hasn't been defined yet. So we're going to go ahead and put this level back. Little spoiler, I am working on level 1-3. I'm recording this later on. And I'll go ahead and show you some of the scripts so we can take a look at. So this here is the big script, enemy service. It goes on and on for roughly 3,000 lines, almost 4,000. So this handles basically everything. We'll see here, this handles the cat patrol controller. This is basically every single detail, from animation IDs to the track specifications, investigation arrive distance, how far away the layers work, so what depicts what determines when he goes from the question mark mode to the exclamation mark mode and starts chasing the player, the chase bonus that he's given to make him faster than the player when he's pursuing him, how far the lunge goes, etc. It goes on and on. So this is basically the command center for our mouse, or not our mouse, sorry, our cat enemy. And this will allow me to basically drag and drop enemies in. I'll give you a sneak peek into what I've been doing now with level 1-3. Little spoiler. But we have 2 enemies in this level, and I will go ahead and show them off, because why not? And this is the bare bones of level 1-3. I've named it Double Trouble, because that was the name in the original game. And 2, there are 2 cats. And you can see this one is on a loop, but this one is no longer following the square pathway. I've actually implemented a feature to, it's toggleable, to permit, to turn this from a loop into a pyramid. So basically starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 3, back to 2, back to 1. So it's cyclical, but just not in the same way the loop is. So with this level, you're going to have to grab the cheese while this cat is going back up to the top of his bath and avoid this one going down. And now this, seems simple enough, but in multiplayer, I have a feeling that this is going to be quite troublesome. And I'll show off what I have built so far. This TV changes colors. I don't know if it was working. I wasn't paying attention. I've got a little kitchen area. That's where you spawn. Window, cat 1, cat 2. This image I got from the internet. I was going to put kid named Pubert in there because I thought that was funny, but I don't think Roblox would have allowed that. And the exit door. So that is pretty much all we've got done for this week. There was a lot. Sorry for being late on it. But next week will feature, hopefully I can crank out the rest of level 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, and potentially start doing some work on some new enemies. But all the scripts, all the groundwork is laid. I basically can start plugging and playing now for the most part and just building maps out. So I'm excited to see where that takes me. And thank you so much for watching.